Morning YouTube, this is Bill from Little White Dory, and I'm taking you out into my garden or my patio this morning with my cup of coffee, my tablet for some emails, and my recently freed 6 baby chick hens, wherever they are. I see a couple of them poking around. This is pretty much one of the first times that I've let them out of their chicken tractor, which you can see over here. I just moved that onto fresh grass. I figured, it's probably easier to let them out, move it, and then see if I can corral them back in. And it was. So they're out now underneath the grapevines and by my rosemary bush and under the lilac bush over here, taking in the day. It's a beautiful day so far. It's supposed to be nice, warm. They're feathered out. I don't think they have any issues with temperature anymore. And then way in the back, I'm going to see if I can zoom in. Actually, I'll stop here a little bit. You can see the path where the chicken tractor was. And you can see that it's only about 2 weeks at most that grass back in the center, I'll say right above here, in front of my garden, has actually grown back. This is all grown back really well too. And I don't know if the sun is going to let this find the coloring that's necessary. Maybe it is. But I have my 5 middle-aged chickens. They're about 10, 11 weeks old out there. But anyway, I thought I would do a quick video. I hope I get myself in the framing here. I was up on Sunday to a town called Hudson, New York, which is near where I'd like to purchase some property and start myself. I don't want to say I'm going to start a homestead and then it winds up being just a blank piece of property with a garden on it. But, the homesteading concept is appealing to me. I'm a retired school teacher, high school shop teacher, business teacher, accountant, electrician. I had a lot of jack of all trades. Changed careers a couple times, enjoyed it. Now I'm kind of waiting for some retirement money to come in. Maybe buy the property up there and start I don't know, I don't want to say a business, but something that'll keep me off the streets and out of trouble. But I'm going through the research phase and trying to determine, should I buy this property? I've now got pH tests, I've got soil grading and maps, I've got flood zone-ish, concerns, or not concerns, but I determined that there weren't concerns. I've looked at zoning. It's actually a piece of property with what's referred to as highway commercial. So a New York State highway runs past it. My address will be right on Route 9H in Hudson. And as such, there's requirements for an entrance from the highway that makes it so that it's safe to enter and exit the highway. And I'm trying to nail that down, and I think perhaps by this weekend I'll be the owner of this 5.3 acres. I don't know. I've made the comment that in every one of my videos there's always some kind of noise. That's the probably a little less than an hourly Southwest jet that goes by, and I'm keeping my eyes open for hawks and stuff like that while the little chicks are out. I don't really have a problem with hawks around here, but they are here, and if they're going to get one, they're going to get one of the little ones. But anyway, I really want to go ahead with this property and get myself a place to be off of Long Island. Living on a small island with 7+ million people is not any longer my idea of a place that I want to be. I did teach school in northern New York, I think it was about 35, 40 miles south of Albany, New York, in a rural area. And I really learned to like it up there. It's quiet, people are friendlier, the pace of life is just easier and slower. And I think I'd have a lot of fun growing some vegetables and chasing deer and rabbits and fox and whatever else I have to chase, coyotes. But I kind of been using YouTube now for, well, I don't know, say 8 or 9 months, posting various silly videos of my backyard and what I'm doing, and I've basically been practicing some of what I would call larger scale techniques on a really micro scale here in Long Island. Boy, I'll tell you, this little phone gets heavy. I have to change my hands. But I built a chicken tractor. I did some garden beds that were no-till, that I composted with the chicken manure, the shavings from the coop, and just took advantage of things that I want to do on a much larger scale. Not all at once, but in a time frame that would maybe by a year from now I would have, some gardens that are, I want to say productive, but established, and I'll work on productivity in the second year, but would like to be able to try raising some meat chickens. I built myself that chicken tractor for that purpose, and I also dual purposed it to being a greenhouse, and I give that greenhouse chicken tractor build credit for having much better tomatoes this year. I started them all from seed back in March. I'm still getting, it's now coming up to the middle of October, and I'm still getting tomatoes off of my vines, when the chickens don't get them first. But if I can get myself a piece of property where I have a nice garden and I'm growing things that I like, and I give them away at first, if it becomes something that's feasible, I was thinking of like I'm going to call it sharecropping, but being able to establish lots or allotments. I know there's a YouTube channel, My Allotment or something like that. It's a British concept. And if you're watching this video, I'm sorry I can't remember your channel's name, but I believe it's Bill, and I'm sorry, Bill, but I don't remember your wife's name. But the concept of taking my 5 acres and divvying it up and making it something that I can have people from the city of Hudson who don't have land to grow things on to come out to my property, grow their own stuff for themselves, possibly be able to set up a farm stand to sell it that I may be able to maintain, so that if there is a little bit of money coming from it, it would be divvied up between whomever put the efforts into their growing, and maybe to pay back some things like water, electric, tool usage, or whatever else I can come up with. But it's a model that I'd like to try. It's sort of based on like a community garden, or as I said, the British concept of the garden allotment. Even though it's not in exactly the most urban area, quite frankly, Hudson is a small city, 2 miles outside of the city limits, and you're dealing with cows and farms. So if I can draw a few people, 5, 6, 10, that want to have a little plot of land that will be maintained and secured from deer, I'd like to try it. And I think eventually there's a chance I would build a house on the property, but for the most part I think I'm looking at maybe buying a house someplace else and keeping the garden and the farm separate. But I'd love to hear anybody's opinions if you watch those videos, or if you have questions, or if you can think of anything that I should look into. I'm really reaching out to anybody listening to give it some thought and leave me a comment. You can send me an email to littlewhitedory@gmail.com, and I hope to hear from people. So thanks for listening to me. I'll pan back to give you some more chickens, and I'll do a quick, a quick scan of the yard. I'm sitting out here and it's gorgeous. The birds are flying. It's like Mother Nature has just forgotten that winter's supposed to be around the corner. The leaves haven't changed colors yet. The temperatures, it's got to be about, say, close to 75, 80 degrees today. I don't know. It's not that humid, and I have oh boy, do I have a project. I got to take apart my coop, clean it out top to bottom, and then rebuild it with with keeping 11 chickens in there, not 5. So I got to redo the roosts. Okay, folks, pleasure talking with you. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I hope to hear from you guys, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.